Hello, Arian.
Hello, George. How are you?
I'm well. How about you?
I'm also great.
You're also okay? Sounds good. It's Friday night. The weekend is here.
Yeah, it is. And tomorrow is my PTM in my new school, DPS. I have
What
told you.
what happens tomorrow? And you
And
said you had
tomorrow is a PTM.
yes,
First
exactly.
school meeting. PTM.
Okay, sounds good. So you have that tomorrow.
Yeah, and the new school PTM because I have a shift to DPS from St. John's. I have told you,
Yes.
and new PTM.
All right. So yeah, where I live, I guess there's some days where it would be nice to have air conditioning, but we don't really need it. I can't really think of it.
It need in India because I think not in USA. It needs in India very much because
Yeah.
sometimes it's very cold and hot. When it's winter, it is really really cold. Hot. We are wearing a half t-shirt, half pant.
Yes. Okay. All right. Sounds good. And let's see, why don't we get going with our class today? As always, you're speaking well. And what is our lesson for today?
Waiting for news.
And you probably know what that means.
I'm waiting for good news.
Yeah, hopefully the news will be good, of course. But yeah, that's the idea, waiting for news. That's teacher stuff. And do you want to read this page or do you want me to read?
Today the friends talk about Bella's concert. How do you usually share exciting news with friends? For example, do you usually talk in person, call, or text? Which do you prefer? I think I prefer talk.
Talking in person. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can wait. Sometimes people don't want to wait. They want something really good happens and they just want to contact their friends right away. Sometimes it's hard to wait because you want to tell them and you can with an email or a call. But it is nice to do it in person sometimes. There are things you do want to do in person.
Strawberry,
Not
berry,
not a strawberry,
berry.
honey.
Okay.
Honey. Yeah, honey. They found some
Very sweet.
3,000-year-old honey and you they ate it. They can still eat it. So honey just does not go bad. Peanut butter lasts for a long time, but that can go bad after a while. But honey, would you eat 3,000-year-old honey? No. Okay. I don't think I would. If there's honey that was recently made, I think I'd rather have that. But I guess if you're lost in Egypt and you go into a pyramid, a tomb, and you see honey, at least you know you can eat it. Okay. Do you want me to read this page with you, or do you want to read the whole thing?
I can read. Yeah. uh, Take turns reading. I wonder how the correct was. Has anybody heard from Bella? Not yet. I texted her last night but haven't heard back yet. She'll be back at school tomorrow, won't she? Yeah, I'm sure she'll tell us about it once she gets back.
Okay, excellent reading. Okay, so everyone wants to know what happened at the concerts. Uh, a lot of times, nothing big happens at concerts, but sometimes I guess they do. There was one concert I went to. I don't know if I told you this, but I've been to many concerts. and usually nothing strange happens. Well, nothing really strange, but there was this one guy, and we're sitting there watching the band, and this guy, he just, I don't know why, he decides to take off all of his clothes, everything, and he's just standing there dancing naked, completely naked. And of course, security is coming by. He's on the second level. We're like on a second level. Security's on the bottom here, and they're yelling at him, "Put on your clothes! Put on your clothes!" And he's just like making gestures to them, and then of course they come up and they start wrestling with him. They end up picking him up and taking him out. So why he would take off all his clothes, I don't know. But sometimes that happens with people. Who knows? Okay. So any questions on this page here?
Do you know in population India has beaten China?
I heard that. It just passed it what, about a week ago?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think a month ago. 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month.
Something like that. Yeah, I know it was in the news, I think about a week ago. And are people talking about that, or is that a big deal where you live?
People are only talking about that's not a big deal because I was thinking that here from meaning is tell something, tell
Well,
you
it
something.
can be. That's usually to hear something, but hear from, when we're using that from, it's now a phrasal verb. That means someone leaves, and it could be like in a day. If someone says, "I'll call you," I'm going home. I will call you when I get home.
Oh my
And
god, what is in the lift?
well, it could be something like that. If it's bad weather and you want to be sure someone gets home safe, you say, "Call me when you," and then you hear from them. Sometimes it could be a long time. Someone moves to another place and you don't see them, and then they
Yeah.
finally contact you. Say, "Oh, I heard from my old friend," and
Like, like, yeah, sun is very hot. Today we should not go outside. I have messaged my friend.
something like, "Wow, we only have 10 seconds. I just noticed that." So the time went by quickly. We'll talk more in our next class.
Bye.
Okay, thank you, Ari, and see